Yeah, Floyd is because of Pink Floyd, you know.
Yeah, I thought it might be. So which Pink Floyd songs do you like, or do you like all of them? Do you like the whole lot?
Well, I think I like all of them.
I
I used
understand.
to like, nowadays I don't care much that I used to care.
Sorry, you don't
Some
care
songs.
which song?
No, I mean, I don't like it as I used to do.
Oh, as much as you used to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you don't like it as much as I used to. We do use that used to, certainly, very often. It's very common. Yeah, I understand. I went to see a Pink Floyd cover band recently. It was quite a big concert. You know, it was in the Palace Theatre here. I think
Uh-huh.
it was the Australian Pink Floyd. I can't remember which one. One of the cover bands of Pink Floyd, but it was excellent. It's always great music, certainly. And I went with my daughter, my wife, and so I think it's the kind of music which is timeless. Yeah, you can appreciate in
Yeah, yeah.
different generations. So I wanted you to, I asked you to not prepare, but have a story in your mind to tell me today. And I mean, from a book or from a film. I just think it's the best way to improve because then you have to do a monologue during the class, and I know how hard that is. I really do.
Well, I haven't prepared anything like that
Uh huh.
because I had no time yesterday.
I understand. Yeah,
But
we only organised this yesterday. You bought the course, yeah, yesterday.
yeah, but I think I would like to talk about you. How am I studying about my preparation?
Sure,
And uh,
sure,
and if you can, I wish we could check more questions about the test
of
that
course.
I sent you last week. If you want, I will show you my
Yeah,
screen.
share screen,
Can
excellent.
I?
Yeah, 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 with pleasure. Okay. Can we go a little bit
Just a
closer?
second.
I think
Do
I
you
can.
see anything?
Okay, yeah, I can full screen this. I'm just getting used to the Hive Talk. I'm amazed how many functions they've got, actually. It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just make it full screen. 1 second. Oh, there it is, full screen. Okay.
But now I can't see you. Do you know how do I see you now? Because I'm just seeing my screen.
Yeah, if I
Screen.
put it on full screen as well, I can't see your face anymore. No, I can only see your screen. I want to do that. I think if it, yeah, exactly. I can see your face now. If I get rid of the chat, I can see the screen and your face at the same time.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But anyway, here it is. Let me show you
the test.
the test. Yeah, but I choose only questions with grammar,
Okay,
and
okay.
not that we are going to do all the questions, but we just take a overview, you know. And
Uh huh.
you, if you can, you tell me how to do the questions.
Yeah,
Okay?
okay. I'm going to put it on a little bit bigger. So therapy is good. Which option is correct to complete the sentences below? 4 to 4 on in, 2 4 2 on in. Oh, okay. For 1 2 3 4 5. I see. So again, it's prepositions they're testing. Yeah.
Prepositions.
Okay. So
Let me.
what do you think for number one?
Is good for life.
Yeah, it's got to be four and not two, and you've only got four and two down there, and so it's got to be four and not two. So therapy is good for life. Number two.
Uh, she doesn't seem attractive to him.
Excellent. Number three.
Uh, kindness is important uh, to a public person.
You know, both are correct there in actual fact. You can say kindness is important for a person or to a person. Both of those are actually correct. And that's why I
Mm.
don't like the fact that they've tried to tell you that one or the other. Try number four, because then we'll find out. Go on, number four will give us the answer. What
I
do you
will be there in.
Well, this is one day. Which preposition do we use for one day? Like Monday, Tuesday, January the 1st, my birthday. We always use the same one when it's only one day.
On.
On Monday, on Tuesday, on my
Mhm.
birthday, on May the 21st, on Christmas Day. Yeah, if it's one day, it will always be on. And so we already know it's definitely A. But yeah, that number three, I'm sure other native speakers will agree with me that you could use four or two there. It's a slightly different meaning, it feels to me. There's a different nuance, but both are possible. And what about number 5?
Well, here is summer starts in December in
Yeah.
Brazil.
So we use in for longer periods. Yeah, we use in for in 1991, in summer, in winter, in the 90s. Yeah, in the 20th century, in my
Okay.
childhood. If it's a longer period, it's usually in. We also say in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening, but we say at night, and so it's not always logical. But generally speaking, longer than one day, like summer, winter, it will be in. Okay,
Okay,
go on.
let me
Please.
just check out something. Okay, let's go. This kind of questions that makes me confused. That's why I bought your course about most common
Mistakes in English.
Yeah.
Excellent.
The
Okay, the sentences
questions
are.
that. Okay, go ahead.
I don't like that in at the end of this sentence. It should just say except. Yeah, it shouldn't have a preposition.
Okay.
Except, A, B, C. Maybe someone would say in, but it's not necessary. The sentences are grammatically correct, except so A, B, C, D, or E. So what do you think for for letter A? What do you think? I have always a delicious breakfast in the morning.
Well, I think it's correct.
You think it's correct? Okay, come on to B. What do you think about B? Jane is always complaining about her parents.
Well, I think it's correct too.
It is. Excellent. Sometimes you get taught that always means you must use present simple, but actually we do use always with present continuous is complaining, and it's usually when you're making a complaint. Yeah, like he's always leaving his towels in the bathroom on the floor. My kids do this. They are always leaving the bathroom really wet on the floor, and they don't open the window afterwards and that kind of thing. It's when you're complaining. So B sounds okay. C, people are vulnerable.
Well,
What a general statement. Go on. What do you think?
I don't know if it's correct. I really don't know.
Well, what do you think? I mean, there are only 3 words in this sentence, and you've got a subject, people, you've got a verb to be, are, and then you've got an adjective, vulnerable. People are hungry, people are thirsty, people are happy. Do all of those sound okay?
Well, yeah, it's okay.
It's fine. C is fine, and if it's a really simple sentence like that with just 3 words, it's unlikely to be incorrect. It might be, but check it by swapping a word like vulnerable with other words which are similar, like happy, sad, and you'll see immediately, or rich, poor, that you can do that all the time in English. You can have a subject and then to be and then an adjective, so that's fine. Okay, D, Taylor Swift will probably not return to Brazil again. What do you think? Is that correct or incorrect?
Well, I think it's correct.
It's
I don't know.
correct. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I want you to pay attention to in B and D is the position, and A, is the position of the adverb of frequency. Well, probably and always, yeah? Where do you put these words?
What do you mean?
Adverbs like always, sometimes, rarely, often, never. Where do you put them in the sentence, usually?
Well,
Because they must go in a certain
I
position.
think it's usually in the beginning, like I always do something. I don't know.
Okay, it does usually go before a main verb, like I always do something, it's in the correct position there, definitely, before the do. But quite often in English we have 2 verbs together, like is, complaining. Yeah, you have an auxiliary verb, is, and a main verb, complaining, and the always, it usually goes, and probably as well, usually goes between the first 2 verbs. Yeah, after the auxiliary verb, but before the main verb. After the auxiliary verb, but before the main verb. Okay, come on to E. We'll come back because we'll discuss A in a second again. But what do you think about E? Ronaldo was never the best.
Well, now it's obviously that it is wrong. But
You think it's wrong? Yeah, why is it wrong?
yeah, Because all other questions are correct.
Okay, I'm afraid not. I'm afraid it's one of the other ones. It's not this one. But the never here goes after to be. The never, the adverb, like probably, always, often, sometimes, never. It's going after to be. Yeah, and that's actually in the correct place. I was never late. I was always late. So that's in the correct place. But come back to A. I have always a delicious breakfast in the morning. And what's the main verb in that sentence?
What? I have.
Yes. And you said to me earlier, you said, I always do something. You put the always before the do. And you were right. Your instinct was right to put the always before the do, because the always goes before the main verb, but after the auxiliary verb, like is always complaining, will probably not return, and that last one, never. Well, it goes after the verb to be, but before the main verb. Yeah, that's what we usually teach students, that put these adverbs after the verb to be, but before the main verb. Do you understand?
But these
Ron?
these words, the best, isn't this wrong?
No, there's nothing wrong with that. He was never the best player in the world, but you can just say the best. He was never the best.
Okay.
E is completely correct. A is wrong because always is in the wrong position. E would be wrong if they put never in the wrong position. If they put Ronaldo, well, never Ronaldo was the best would be wrong. I agree that never's actually quite flexible and you can put it before to be. Ronaldo never was the best. You can actually say that as well, being honest with never. You know, there are nuances here with adverb position. But generally speaking, if you've only got one verb, one main verb and no auxiliary verb, put the adverb before the main verb. I always do, I rarely do, I never do, I always have, I rarely have, I never have. Yeah?
Okay.
You know, if you've got
Yes,
have
that's
done,
correct.
yeah, if you've got have done, then I have always done. You put it between the two verbs. But if you've just got have and not have done, not present perfect, like have done, have known, have had, you know, if you've got present perfect, you put it between the auxiliary verb and the main verb. But if you've got present simple, like I have, I do, then you put it before the main verb. I always do, I never do, I always have. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Come on to the next question.
What's the name of this type of
Grammar.
yeah,
Yeah, it's position of adverbs. I'll send you.
positions?
Yeah, you've got my grammar course, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah, I can show
I'm
you how.
still in verb tenses.
Okay, yeah, it's right at the start of the course, of course. But I can show you where that is if you want me to, where it is in the course.
Okay.
But, so I'll quickly put up my website and I'll go straight through onto my course. Hold on. In fact, can you stop sharing and I'll start sharing? Yeah, is that okay?
No problem.
Yeah, okay. And we'll go. Well, of course, we'll go back to it 1 second. But I suppose it's easiest just to do entire screen. Is that possible? It doesn't let me share, actually. Maybe it's because I pressed it too quickly. Let's try again. Access denied. Okay. Let's try again. Start screen share. Ah, that's better. That's what I do. I was being silly. Okay. Can you see this? Yeah? Can you see my
Yes.
website? Excellent. And we'll go straight onto the course. I'll just show you where it is, and then we'll go straight back to the exam, because we don't have that much time. But past master grammar, although it will be in that book as well, I think. So let's have a look. Where are adverbs? Adverbs. Adverbs. Okay, adverb position. It will be on this video
okay.
here, and there will be some questions afterwards. And so you'll see, I mean, really, with adverbs of frequency, they're all written up there. Hold on. Let me get rid of him. Always, also, never, usually, just, ever, almost, often, certainly, hardly, hardly ever. All of these, yeah, you want to put in the mid position, yeah, which I've got in the top right corner, before the main verb. So I always have, I always do, but after the auxiliary or to be. So between the first two verbs in any verb chain. Yeah, there is an exception though, which is with probably, which was one of the ones which they probably and definitely go before negative auxiliaries, but that's another. That is a nuance of adverb position. Okay, let's come. Whoops! I'll stop sharing, and now we'll go back to the exam.
This is I will pass these questions because we already saw
Yeah, okay.
one question about this. But the name of this grammar thing is prepositions, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
prepositions. And there's a lot on prepositions in that grammar course. It's at the end of that grammar course, prepositions.
Okay.
Okay, and
These
and
questions.
there are lots in the common mistakes course about prepositions as well. Because so choose the grammatically correct option. We want them each to study hard for exams. Mary kissed them each. Okay, choose the grammatically correct. I was thinking like, okay. So by March, whole Rio de Janeiro was underwater. None of my parents went to the beach yesterday. There is very much water coming through the ceiling. I think that most natives would say none of those are good. I really do. I'm just laughing. But let me read them again. We want them each to study hard for exams. Mary kissed them each. By March, whole Rio de Janeiro was underwater. None of my parents went to the beach yesterday, and there is very much water coming through the ceiling. Okay, I think I know which one they want. Can I just say it, just to check first?
Okay, no
Because it
problem.
still doesn't sound natural to me at all. But I think it's A, but it doesn't sound natural to me at all. We want them each to study hard. If you're talking about twins, maybe you would say we want them each to study hard for exams. Maybe. It's the best one out of those five that I can see. Give it a try.
Okay. Yes, it's
Good,
correct.
I'm glad, because I still don't like it. I really don't. We want them each to study hard. I think we'd just say we want them to study hard for exams rather than each. The each sounds very ugly to me in that position, but it's still more correct than the other questions. I mean, what do you think about B? Why is that wrong? She kissed them each.
I don't know. It just feel wrong.
It
I don't know
feels,
how to explain.
yeah, it just feels wrong. She kissed them
Yeah.
each. We don't put each at the end there. Usually you see each plus noun, but you can have each to study like in A. That doesn't feel so bad to me. We want them each to study hard for exams, but still doesn't sound natural. It really doesn't. We want them. I think we'd say we want them both to study hard. That's what we'd say, and that's why I don't like A. The correct answer really is we want them both to study hard for exams, not each. And so I really don't like A, but it is the better one there. You don't use each at the end of a sentence like that, okay?
Okay.
I can't think of a single sentence where you'd have each at the end. I might be wrong, but I can't think of one. Go on.
Would it be correct if it is something like Mary kissed each of them?
She kissed each of them. Excellent. Yes, I agree. That sounds natural. She kissed each of them. Or she kissed both of them. But still each of them I'm not that keen on. I think both is what we want to say here. And not each one. But she kissed them
Okay.
both. Yeah, you usually see each like, this hotel has 200 rooms, or this hotel has 20 rooms, and each room has a toilet. Yeah, or every room has a toilet. Something like that, and not like Mary kissed them each. Yeah, it's weird to me. But C, what's wrong with C? How can we correct C?
I think it's whole Rio de Janeiro. I don't know.
You'd need to say the whole of Rio de Janeiro was underwater. So we need the whole of. Yeah,
Okay.
you need an
Okay.
article and a preposition there. What about D? Which word should we use instead of none? None of my parents sounds to me like you've got 7 parents. And nobody has 7
neither.
parents. Neither of my parents. Good. Neither or
Neither.
neither. Don't worry about that pronunciation part, actually, because most people say neither. I still say neither because I think it was the UK version for a long time. We said neither, and the Americans said neither. But having said that, the pronunciation of words changes all over the UK. In Liverpool, in Manchester, they say it differently to me. And so, yeah, don't worry about that. And E, how can you correct that?
And there is a lot of water.
Good, very good. In positive sentences, we don't usually use much. We normally use much in negatives and questions, yeah? How much water is coming through the ceiling, or there isn't much water coming through the ceiling. They're both correct. But you can use much plus nouns sometimes as subject. Much information was gathered, but it still sounds a bit weird. It's very rare still, very rare. So yeah, use much in negatives and questions. Go on to the next question, please.
Okay.
Let's try the next one. Ships and...
I think we can skip
Okay.
this the text and
Okay.
just read this
Okay,
line.
can you go a little bit closer? Is there any way to zoom it a tiny bit? I can just about see it. In what option the word fine is used? In what option the word fine is used? So, in what option is the word fine used with the same meaning as in a fine ship conferred prestige on its owner? Choose the correct option. Okay, so what do you think it means when you say a fine ship conferred prestige on its owner?
I think it's, I don't know, a good ship.
Yeah, I agree. A good ship, an expensive ship, a very nice ship. Yeah, something like that. So we've got to find the A, B, C, D, or E, which has a similar meaning. Let's go through them. So,
Okay. Can I read?
yeah, what do you think for A? Read aloud, please.
She has inherited. How do I speak this word?
Inherited. How do I pronounce it?
Inherited.
Yeah, inherited. You inherit money from someone who dies, or you inherit your physical characteristics from your parents.
Okay, she has inherited her mother's fine features.
Okay, what do you think fine means there?
I don't know. I really don't know.
So I think it means beautiful, yeah, like pretty, beautiful, attractive.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so I guess like from just that one sentence. What do you think for B? Offenders will be liable. Sorry,
No, just
go on. Offenders will be
offenders
liable.
will. Go ahead, speak.
Say it, Eduardo. Go for it.
Offenders will be liable to have a heavy fine.
Yeah, to pay a heavy fine. It means they will be liable. They must pay a heavy fine as punishment. What does fine mean here? And I hope you can see that it's not even an adjective in B. In A, it's an adjective. In our example, it's an adjective. But in B, it's a noun.
I think it's related to money.
Yeah,
something
absolutely.
Like that.
It is. It's related to money. It's a financial punishment, a fine. I think of it like financial punishment. And so you might pay a speeding fine. If you are caught speeding in your car, you might have to pay a financial punishment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not B. Definitely not B. What about C?
I was feeling fine when I got up this morning. Find it good and
Yeah, I
that
agree.
you are okay.
Yeah,
Right.
feeling good, basically feeling good. So, I'm still not sure about A and C, being honest. Come on to D.
They have a well-stocked cellar full of fine wines.
What do you think fine means here?
Well, I think it's good. I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, this is it. This is why I think they've done a very difficult question here, because to me, A, C, and D all mean good. But I suppose you could say A is more like beautiful, good. C is more like feeling good, so healthy, good. And D, you might argue, is more like expensive, good. Yeah, a fine wine is usually
Yeah.
expensive. Yeah, so they're slightly different. Which one shall we go for? And believe me, I already don't like this exam. Certainly not. Or just because I think it's the kind of one which a native would look at and think, well, I don't know, A, C, and D. I can imagine someone ticking all three. Certainly. Let's go on to E. Just to cross
The
off that one.
baby's head was covered in fine blonde hair.
So it's an adjective here, but what does it mean here? Fine.
Fine. I don't know.
Okay, if you talk about a fine powder, that means that it is in very, 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 very small pieces, the powder. It's not in bigger chunks, it's in very small pieces. So a fine powder is very, very, very thin per particle. And fine hair means that the hair is very, very thin. It's not thick hair, it's fine blonde hair. Do you see what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not E. Definitely not E. So what would you go for out of A, C, and D? Which one would you
Well,
choose? Beautiful?
I think I would
Or...
choose D.
I think so, but I'm not sure. Please. What's going to happen? I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
wow.
D.
Well, we're lucky, being honest, because I agree with you that really A, C, and D all mean good. Good features, I feel good, good wines. But D is more like expensive, and so I would go for that, a fine ship, an expensive ship.
Yeah, yeah.